You did the smart thing, you saved money, and that's exactly why you're going broke. Every month it sits there that money buys a little less than the month before. You never really see it happen. You're not being robbed by a person, you're being robbed by time, and barely anyone notices. Here's the proof. $1 from 1970 buys about 5 cents today, 95% of it gone. That slow melt has a name, it's called inflation. All it means is prices go up, so each dollar buys less. The $5 that bought a whole sandwich a few years ago now buys you half of one, same money, less lunch. And this isn't rare. Back in 2022, prices jumped 9% in a single year, the fastest in about 40 years. Day to day, it feels tiny. A few cents here, a quarter there. That's exactly why it's so dangerous. It's not a robbery, it's a slow leak, and your savings account is the leaking bucket. Now, here's the sneaky part. The number in your account goes up, but what it can buy keeps going down. So you feel richer. The app says you're winning. Meanwhile, your money is quietly shrinking in the dark. But why do prices climb in the first place? The short version, there's more and more money out there chasing the same stuff. So the more dollars there are, the less each single one is worth. The money didn't get weaker, there's just way more of it. Which brings us to the real question. Right now in 2026, how fast is that leak? Faster than it's been in years. This year, prices are climbing about 4%. Groceries, rent, your morning coffee, all creeping up together. Okay, prices rise 4%. That's fine. If your money grows to match it, so what's your savings account paying you? The average savings account in America pays 0.6%. Prices up 4%, your money up almost nothing. Do the simple math. Your money grows by nothing, prices grow by 4%. So every year you fall about 4% behind. That's not a risk, that's not a maybe in an average savings account today. You are guaranteed to lose. And this hits hardest right where it hurts. The person who played it safe and saved every month, they go backward. Now maybe you're a step ahead with a high-yield account paying around 4%. Good for you, but look closer. 4% interest, 4% inflation. You're not getting ahead, you're just barely running in place. And it gets worse the longer you wait, because inflation doesn't just add up, it stacks on itself year after year. There's a quick trick to see how bad. Take 72, divide it by inflation. That's the years until your money loses half its value, at 4%. That's about 18 years, do nothing, and in less time than it takes to raise a kid, half your money is gone. Picture $10,000 under your mattress, untouched, safe, right where you left it. In 18 years, it buys what $5,000 does today. Or think about a movie ticket. In 1980, it cost about $3. Today, it's around $15, 5 times the price for the same movie. But here's where it flips. That same force that's quietly draining you, it's making other people rich. Because the wealthy figured out one thing long ago, they almost never let their money just sit as cash. Cash sitting still loses to inflation. So instead, they turn cash into things that rise when prices rise. There's a word for stuff you own that can grow in value. Assets. A house, a business, a slice of the stock market. When prices rise, rent rises, so a house earns more. Companies charge more, so they're worth more. The tide that sinks the saver lifts the owner. Here's a simple version. You buy coffee at the same shop every week. What if you owned a tiny slice of that shop? When they raise their prices, a little of that flows back to you. You stop just paying inflation, you start collecting it. Do that across everything you spend on, and the whole game flips. Rising prices stop draining you. They start paying you. Now, this isn't magic, and it isn't free. Investments can drop. Some years they fall hard, and you have to wait it out. But over the long run, owning a piece of the economy has beaten inflation again and again, while cash lost every single time. And you don't have to be a genius stock picker. You can own a tiny piece of hundreds of companies at once and let the whole economy work for you. One important thing though, you should still keep some cash. Money you might need soon for rent or an emergency stays somewhere safe. So the trap isn't having savings. The trap is leaving money you won't touch for 10 years sitting in cash, losing a little every day. Which means the real skill was never just saving harder, It was understanding what your money does when you're not looking. And that's the real twist. The trap was never inflation. It was believing that safe meant standing still. In a world where prices always rise, standing still isn't safe. Standing still is falling behind. So what do you actually do? It's simpler than it sounds. 3 small moves. 1. Keep a small cushion of cash for emergencies, enough to sleep at night. 2. Take the money you won't need for years and put it somewhere that grows with prices, not behind them. 3. Start now. Because the one thing you can never buy back is time. Remember, you're being robbed by time, so the smartest move is to put time back on your side. The best moment to start was years ago. The second best moment is right now, today. Because inflation is only half the story. The other half is how the wealthy use the one thing that scares most people, debt, to get even richer. But that's a whole other video.